Well, hello, it's Bears back. I'm going to tell you a little story real quick before I get started with this. I ordered some more of my emblem locks, the ones with my emblem on them, logo or whatever you want to call it. And I got them in. I don't think I did an unboxing on them. I just took them open and pulled them out, and then I took the box and threw it in the back because I'm going to use it for packing other stuff up. Well, I was doing a package to send out to someone, and I needed some of that packing material, so I went back there and I grabbed it, and it felt stiff. And what I had missed, if I can get it separated here, I missed this. Make Padlocks Great Again hat from PACLOCK. And it was in the packing, so I okay. I wasn't paying very much attention, I guess. Anyway, what I'm going to do with this is the one I broke open and gutted for you. What I'm going to do, I think, with this one is little, and I'm going to do little sections and put it all together into one video, is I'm going to gut it and check out where all the pins work the best, where they should be, or if they're in a good spot where they're at, and then maybe do a little modification on the plug and put it back together and see if it's harder to pick or it's easier to pick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll do it in little sections so that you get to see what I'm going through and doing. Okay, so I'm going to end it here, and then next part you're going to see I'm going to have it torn apart and all that. Okay, here's what we got. This is how the pins set in it the way it was sent out. You got a standard here in the back, and then you got a spool that's just barely a spool. Then you got a serrated, and I think that one's a spool, and I think that's a serrated. I think this is a spool, and that one's a serrated. So the only thing I might do is change out this spool for this serrated to give it any bite. And then thread probably the holes for the serrated, and maybe undercut where the spools are. So that's and I'm not going to do anything to the Bible. It will just all be to the core and see how it works. So that's what we got going on so far, and I will be back. Well, I decided to thread number 1 and number 6. That's number 1. Number 6, so we'll go ahead and thread that. And all I did is just pretty much just sit there and turn the thing. To thread it, so. And there's number 6 threaded. So we got 1 and 6 threaded, and then we'll move on. Now we come to the undercutting. And what I use for that is I get my Dremel out, and I get this little bit here, and I find pins that fit the right length, so that when I put this, I'm trying to do this through the camera, when I put this bit in, it goes in just right, so I'm undercutting right underneath it. I'm not hitting up here anywhere, and I'm not going deep like that. So that's why I use a pin, a short pin that I've taken out of other locks, like when I rekey, like an American or a Master, and so I can get the right depth for my undercutting. So that's what we're going to do next. And I'm not going to show you me doing it because it's kind of boring and it takes a while and I've got to be real steady when I do it. But I do it out on the vise with the Dremel, and I hold the Dremel in hand and I set it in there and watch it real close so you wouldn't see anything anyway. So, okay. Well, we got that done. Did the undercutting in number 2 here. 4 and 5. It's not bad. It's light, but it still grabs really well. So yeah, if you can see that that undercutting done in there. Don't know if you can see it the other way very well, but yeah, so now all we got to do is put it back together. Well, I might have messed up. I wanted to show you this. See pin 4 here? That thing is so short, and I did that undercutting. Look at it. Look at it wobble. Let me try to hold this without messing this up. Look at it wobble around in there. I wonder if that's going to affect its performance. So we'll find out. I might have messed up, but we'll see. So here we are, all back together. Works fine. So now we just put it back in the shell. I get some clear Gorilla Glue, put it around these little edges here, and stick it together, and she's done. To be picked at a later date. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay legal and have fun. Quick update, guys. That little short pin in number 4 is just too short with that undercut. I shouldn't have undercut that one. And what it does is it'll work just fine, but when you go to pick on it, it twists sideways on you in there, and then you can't get the lock open. You got to go into the bottom and kind of mess with it and get it twisted around and set back in place. So what I'm going to have to do to fix that is I'm going to have to file this down here, this one down a ways, and get a longer key pin for that. Put a longer key pin in there, and then it should work fine. But yeah, I didn't pay attention to that too well. So on we go. Okay, well, here we go. I filed that pin down, this one, number 4, right there. I got that filed down, and put a bigger, longer key pin in it, and so now it works fine. And so, like I said, picking will be at a later date, but I'm not going to have that problem of that little tiny pin twisting in that kick out, or that cutout. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll get to a pick on that later on. Thanks for watching. Stay legal and have fun.